Hi guys, I'm Chevy, and I'm a player for the Pittsburgh Derby Brats. This is the first in a series of videos I've made going over every skill that you need to pass your levels 1, 2, and 3 test. We're going to be focusing on the mechanics of each skill, how to hone your skills, and how to build your body to be in the best shape to play junior roller derby. Today we're going over the fundamentals. These are usually the first thing that you will ever learn when you go to a derby practice, granted that you can skate forward without falling. This includes skating posture, how to stop safely, and how to fall safely. So just a reminder to always wear your safety gear when you are practicing these skills, especially if you are just learning them. There's always a chance you can fall. You fall a lot in roller derby, and even with safe falls, it's really easy to hurt yourself. So please always wear your elbow pads, wrist guards, knee pads, and helmet when skating.
The first thing we will go over is skating posture. To do this, always bend at the knees, not the hips, and make sure your eyes and chest are facing forward instead of down. Next, you are going to want to tuck your pelvis under your body. This is what we call derby stance. Yes, it is a little uncomfortable to do at first, but it will give you more stability when you are in the pack, taking a hit, or learning a new skill. Now I'm going to show you a side view of what that looks like. Again, you're going to bend at the knees, not the hips, as best you can. Make sure your chest and eyes are facing upward, and tuck your pelvis under. A couple of other notes: be sure your feet are a little over shoulder width apart, with your knees over your feet and your weight resting on your knees. Try to use derby stance whenever you learn a new skill. It will make you feel stable and will better prepare you for in-game situations. Now we will go through the stops. The T-stop can be done by dragging one of your feet behind you, pushing the wheels into the ground. Keep your feet at a 45 to 90 degree angle. And instead of using your inside wheels, focus on placing the outside, front and back wheels first, then following by putting all four down. When moving your foot to the back to stop, you can either pick it up and set it down, or roll it into position. Personally, I tend to roll my skate back with only the front wheels on the ground, then set my back wheels on the ground too. Remember, when you slow down to your desired speed, or come to a full stop, set your feet back into the strong derby stance. Next, we will learn plow stops. Plow stops will require you to use the outside edges of both of your skates to evenly push out from your body. So, in derby stance, practice a couple times pushing your heels out, then moving your feet back within shoulder width apart. Now you will see a couple of examples. The surface I am on is certainly not the best, so you can see I tend to slip back once I come to a stop. However, notice how I tend to drop my butt lower as I sit into each stop, and square myself back into good skating posture once I stop myself fully. You are going to want to get very comfortable using both your outside and inside edges. They are commonly used in many different derby skills, not just stops. They will become very useful to you later on. For toe stops, you will want to get comfortable picking up your feet. This will help you when learning to transition from forward to backward skating before you put your toe stops down. You will often hear this stop be called a turnaround toe stop. To transition, start by skating forward, then open your feet, then close your feet by picking up and setting down your front foot in the opposite direction. Pretend you are opening or closing a book if that works for you. See? Open your feet, close your feet. Remember to try to do this while you are skating forward, but you can start stationary. Eventually, you will be able to do this without picking up your feet, but you are not required to do so, so take your time and be patient with yourself. Now once you can transition, add in the stop. Your toe stops should elevate your back wheels about 3 to 4 fingers off the ground to be comfortable. Always put down your toe stops after you fully complete your transition. Putting them down while transitioning can cause you to trip yourself or stop prematurely. Also, the more you bend your knees and sit into the stop, the quicker you can come to a stop, so be sure to stay in that derby stance. On the skills test, you will also be expected to make 180 and 360-degree turns while skating, so practice those transitions a lot and remember to rely on your edges for balance. Our last topic for this video will be how to fall safely. First are knee taps. When practicing these, you will want to be moving forward, but since I am filming in a confined space, here are the mechanics. Tap or brush one of your knees on the ground, then stand back up into derby stance, and do the same with the opposite knee. Try your best to not put your hands on your legs or the ground in order to help yourself up again and return to derby stance. Again, these are best done when you have gained some speed as well, so you have some momentum to keep yourself moving forward. If you are in derby stance, these will also be easier, because you have less height that you are falling from and have to return to. It does give your legs quite the workout. Next are knee falls, or double knee falls. It is essential with these that you fall onto one knee and then the other. If you fall onto both at the same time, you can seriously injure yourself and wear out your joints. So make sure you hear 2 taps, one after the other. Again, keep yourself from using your hands to help yourself up. You want to build muscle in your legs that helps you to keep low derby stance. This fall tends to bring you to a stop, so practice falling while skating forward to get used to the feeling, and then regaining your speed once you recover. The last fall builds on the knee fall we just went over. Fall onto one knee and then the other, making sure you are not doing so simultaneously. Then, close your hands into fists to prevent your fingers from being run over. Broken fingers are one of the most common injuries for derby players. Next, put your forearms out to prevent yourself from face planting, not your wrists. You do not want to try to cut yourself on your hands. Finally, make sure your head is tucked down until you get up to keep yourself from being kicked or kneed. As always, get up without using your hands and return to derby stance. Here are some key takeaways for you to remember when practicing the skills you learned today. Thank you for watching, and remember to have fun and be safe.